Hypertrophy week. Got some fun stuff. It's gonna be a burner today. Your muscles are gonna be on fire. Just kidding. But you will be building some muscle. But first we gotta be mobile. Let's get on our backs. Just kidding. Let's get in a fetal position. We're gonna do open bucks first.
Just gonna stay here.
Just gonna stay here, take a little snooze. Fetal position, inhale with your hands. Obviously your hands are kind of touching. Inhale, then open up the book. Try to keep your hips down and open up that shoulder. We are doing quite a bit of pushing today, upper body. Push, pull, so we want to make sure our shoulders are opened up. Let's do 15 each side. All right, guys, so once you get 15 each side, we're gonna head into a little Pike cobra rotation flow. I'm gonna show you what I feel we should do, and then it's up to you guys to kind of run through it depending on what you need and want. First, walk yourself out to a high plank position here, and then push yourself back, push your hips back into a Pike position. Try to wiggle around, try to press your hands into the floor, create a nice long neck. Try to get your heels flat, sit here for a couple seconds, take a few deep breaths. Try to get those heels down, open up the hamstrings, and then come right down into a cobra here. Pressing into the floor, nice tall long neck this way. Squeezing your glutes, getting your hip flexors open up. Try to look behind your head. Same thing, wiggle your hips, shift your hips, I should say, back and forth. Take your time. Once you get a few flows this way, stop in this high plank position and then get some more rotation in. Bottom hand pressing into the floor, opening up that chest, stacking everything. See, my hips are stacked, well, maybe sort of, but everything is aligned. Take your time with that and then maybe head back into a walkout position and rinse and repeat. We're gonna spend about, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes just kind of running through this flow. So take your time with it, find out what you need, and let's get mobile. Warm-up is 10 minutes worth of work. Here's how it's going down. 3 exercises. Today's your object, your weight, your resistance is gonna be dumbbells. So you're gonna take a set of dumbbells and you're gonna do 3 exercises. Every minute on the minute, you're gonna increase your reps for all 3. So first up is a skull crusher, excuse me. Let me get my speech right today. Skull crusher is working the triceps, back of the arm, back here. Okay, so starting on your back, hands are facing the ceiling, or knuckles are facing the ceiling, and you're gonna bend your elbows, bringing those dumbbells back towards your ears, keeping them on the side of your body, and then extending your arm, pressing your arm back up. Be careful of not snapping your elbow. Everything is nice and controlled. Keeping tension on the triceps. Okay, letting the joints work, but not putting too much stress on them by snapping. Okay, so think about doing 2 reps there, and then you're gonna head right into a 2-rep neutral grip floor press. Okay, same position of the hands, basically keeping your elbows at your side, you're pressing up. Same thing. Now you have more chest and more deltoids, but you still don't want to lock out your elbows. Okay, nice and controlled here. 2 reps. And then right from here, legs are out, you're doing a Roman sit-up. Big exhale on the way up, keeping those dumbbells directly above the shoulder, and then 1 vertebrae at a time on the way down. Doing your 2 reps, okay? Holding the weights. Next minute, you're gonna add 1 rep. So that's 3 reps here. 3 reps, and then 3 reps on the floor press, and then 3 reps on the Roman sit-up. Holding the weight. Next minute, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. You're gonna increase by 1 every minute on the minute until you need a break, until your arms get super tired, and or I call an audible and make a shift, and then we're gonna restart back at a lower number of reps and work our way back up. So you're gonna climb up, drop down a little bit, and then climb back up, and we're probably gonna do that maybe 2 to 3 times as far as your 10-minute warm-up goes. So when you reset, once we get to the top of that minute, or once we get to the top of that range where we can't get any more reps in, or you need to shake it up because your arms are on fire, we're gonna bring back down to, like, say 3. Start at 3 and work your way back up from there. Here's how it's going down. We're doing 3 couplets. Couplet is a 2 exercise combination. We're gonna be doing each one of them as a superset. So, for instance, it's gonna be a push exercise or a pull exercise complemented with a core exercise to be done as a superset. Set immediately after another set, and then take your rest. Okay, so you're trying to limit the rest time between exercises. We're doing 3 groups of 2 supersets. So, 6 exercises total. Your first 2 are push up, simple stuff, right? Squeeze your glutes, keep your trunk nice and tight, pinch your shoulder blades back, try to get your chest as close to the floor as possible, if not touching, and then press straight up while keeping your core nice and tight. Back should be flat. If you have to drop down your knees, no problem. You can try to work on keeping your glutes nice and tight, keeping your trunk nice and tight, not letting your hips sag down first. Okay, you're doing 8 of those, and then you're doing 12 each dead bugs. If you have a medicine ball, or if you have something you can place between your knees and your hands, you can do alternating. Trying to press your hand into the ball, trying to pull your knee into the ball to get your lower abdominals and your hip flexors engaged, while trying to keep your lower back flat on the floor. Okay, so 12 each. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all the way up to 12 each. That's your first superset. So you would do push-ups and then dead bugs, and then take a 30-second rest, and then do that 3 more times. Make sense? And then take a minute or a minute and a half before the next set or group of exercises. And then you're gonna do, number 1, prayer press. Kneeling down, try to keep your elbows close and your elbows underneath your wrist. Okay? Touching the dumbbells, pressing them together, and you're pressing up. Okay? Range of motion is going to be limited based upon how your overhead position here, right? While you keep your core nice and tight, your range of motion may only be here, but you can go further if you kind of break that core. I'm going to say try to keep the core as tight as possible, and then go up as much as you can while keeping tension and energy, so to speak, on the front delts, chest, and some more triceps. Sorry for my back of your face.
No
James.
worries.
Did you see what I was doing? So keep your elbows under your wrist as you press up. Okay, try not to flare out that way. Okay, and you're doing 10 of those, complemented with your core exercise, which is going to be a pop-up. Flat on your back here, and then big exhale. Oh, and hold this position here for 1 Mississippi, and then back down. Okay, so you're trying to bring that lower back flat on the floor, and then back down. Hold for a split second. Let your core, get some work before you kind of disengage for your next rep. You're doing 12 of those. 4 sets, back and forth, 4 supersets. And then a minute to a minute and a half rest. Then you're going to head into your last grouping, which is going to be a row variation. So some kind of row, hinge over at your waist. Sorry for my back again, James. You're here. Okay, you can do 2 arms same time. You can do 1 arm alternating, or you can simply do 1 arm this way, unilateral. Do that side, and then do your next side. But the key ingredient is to keep that back flat and bring the elbow back and down to activate the lats. No matter what position you put yourself in. 1 side at a time, or both sides. Your back should be as flat as possible. Okay, and avoid rotating your shoulder forward. Nice proud chest. We're doing 12 of those, complemented with sprinter crunch. Again, flat on your back. Now you're doing opposite knee and elbow. Trying to get your rib cage up and rotate toward the opposite knee. Okay, we're doing 10 of those each. That's gonna be your last superset. Finish your time. There's a little mobility / cool down. Thank you. Just give me 30 seconds. Folks in the back. 45 seconds to work. 15 seconds of rest. We're gonna do at least 3 rounds. One exercise, please use it as a mobility cool down exercise. It's going to be a transverse bridge. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Either bring your hips over, square them up, pressing that bottom hand, trying to open up this part of your chest and shoulders, activate your lats, big bridge up, and then come back down to center. Or you can go underneath with your hips. So think about swinging your hips underneath, same rules apply. Square your hips up, big press up, and pull your hips back through the center. Either one work, okay? We're doing 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. Let's go.